going on, y'all? It's Jay Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video, man. Bring you guys today another predictions video for the most recent card drop. It's actually going down this weekend, going down very soon, and that is URL Civil War 5 going down in Florida. App-only card, and some cool battles. There's one standout battle here that I'll definitely want to talk about. I'd say on the Civil War scale, it's not like Civil War 1 and 3, those kind of big, standalone, kind of marquee events, more like 2, 4, and 5, which are just solid cards kind of to fill the void, right? And like I said, matchup here that I really want to talk about, but for the most part, some new guys getting some more looks from the top 12, I guess you could say, classes put together, a couple mid-tiers that haven't gotten a plate in a minute, and then a main event that, you know, got some namesake to it, pretty cool, and obviously someone that just ranked number 2 for Wody. So, a few different things to talk about. Won't be the longest video, but let's start from the bottom of the card. So, starting right from the bottom of the card, first matchup to talk about is Franchise versus Hansel, some EFB versus EFB crime, and I think both of them could use a W going in this one. For Hansel to start, I think his last 2 battles weren't fantastic, obviously, right? Battles Mozzie and battles Keese. Following his Eunice and Suge battles were a great look. His stock was as high as it's been up to this point. He gets 2 battles as the favorite, and I just feel like he had the trouble keeping that consistency and effort across 3 rounds, battling down, that he did when he had a great opportunity. Versus Eunice and Suge, it's a complete 3 rounds. Versus these other 2, it's not that he choked, stumbled, anything of that nature, but I don't feel like he kept his foot on the gas the same, and I feel like now you're in a position where you can't really afford to take 3 in a row, right? But I do have him beating Franchise. I think he could do it possibly clear. I have it 2-1. Franchise's last battle, right? Now, in terms of just like recognition, and we look at career and what they've done, obviously Franchise 2019, people remember No Lackin, Danny Myers, Av, Jackboy, all these good performances. But his last battle on URL was in 2022 versus Drugs, and that was not a good performance. It was on stage. It was actually really rough, kind of got 30'd. And the thing about Franchise, he's got one mode. He's gun barring, he's gun barring, he's gun barring. When he catches momentum, like he's, you know, he's a good puncher. When he catches it, he can have a high level performance, so it's never impossible, but it's all going to be based on bar quality because he's not jumping into angling, a lot of real talk and stuff like that. So if his punches aren't hitting, that's it. Like, he will then be a beatable opponent if the bar quality isn't there. It wasn't there last time he was on URL. He battled Saint and Arsenal on KOTD at home in Toronto. Did pretty good. Those were better performances, but even then, it wasn't, with everything on his side, those still didn't really look unbeatable, especially that Arsenal performance, in my opinion. So, come back to URL, smaller room here, even more emphasis on bar quality. I just think for Hansel, a little bit more of a lucrative look, and you should see one of those better performances like Eunice or Suge. If Franchise proves me wrong, not only would that help him in this battle, but he's got Eunice about 3 weeks later, so it would help his chances in that and kind of the optics going in. But if he's to lose really clear here, I'm going to for sure have him probably losing 3-0 to Eunice. If he loses, you know what I'm saying, at a regular level here for the most part, still probably going to have him losing going forward. And if he's able to win, that's going to start to kind of change my mentality and how I'm kind of viewing Franchise at this exact moment. But I do have Hansel 2-1. From there, another top 6 matchup. Klutz faces his first performative battle rapper in matchup so far in Jackboy main. Klutz has faced JC, Chilla, Cortez. You consider him, I guess he'd be more pen side than performance. I don't know what you consider Cortez, but definitely not some like dynamite, explosive type of performer, right? And then he faced Eunice. So now when you get Jackboy, funny enough, while he is a big-time performer, he's never been the best on the big stage with his performance. Battles like his battle versus First Lady Flames, Franchise, John Don didn't exactly go his way, right? But when you look at the peaks of his career, when he battled T-Top in UM3, when he battled, he had his King of Band run, right? Where he battled Big T, Shotgun Suge, Steams. That's when his performance, he gets very unorthodox with it, and I think that's when he's actually at his best. So, kind of a tougher matchup for Klutz, in my opinion, because not only do performers usually do good against pens, Klutz is a pen. Like, that is very much so all super duper intricate, trying to test the limits of wordplay. It's fully what he goes for. I do think he has a good chance in this battle. I have liked what he's done so far. He is one of my more favorite rookies from either of these classes. Or I guess he wouldn't be a rookie anymore, right? He'd be a sophomore. But he's one of my favorite newer talents from either of these classes. So I think he is going to do good. If I do have to predict, though, I think Jackboy's a tough matchup for him. I do think Jackboy is someone that energy-wise can be tough. And you look at a battle like Authentic, probably even a lower ranked top 6 member, he gave him a great performance. Granted, Authentic won. So now I'm concerned with Jack. Can you close the deal and get these W's you're supposed to? But I'd rather bet on him doing that in this situation. I need to see what Klutz does versus Performer first. Maybe it's crazy, but he's going to have to prove to me he can kind of handle that energy. And Jack's not the worst writer himself. You know, he can definitely get into some pockets. I just think what he's good at particularly affects Klutz's style, especially what it'll do optically when people watch it. I'm giving Klutz a fair chance, but I do got Jackboy 2-1 going into the battle. And then we look at the next two battles. The next battle, I got to say, is my least favorite battle that is on the card. And that is Danny Myers versus Authentic. And regular Danny Myers type of battle. Danny will battle anyone, anywhere, any level, right? So you just get Danny in this card given a shot to Authentic. And I just don't believe in like the matchup itself stylistically. I think Authentic is decent. He hasn't done anything crazy to show me that he definitely for sure doesn't have it. But I don't love all of his footage, right? His Jackboy battle is pretty good. I didn't like the Trez battle like that. I also did not like the Capo battle like that. And his last battle's JC, similar in a sense, the way JC and Danny both will give anyone a shot, right? I thought he lost to JC in just a cool battle. JC was at 70-80%. You know, Authentic had the movie studio scheme, couple highlights, but nothing too crazy. And it just came and went, right? And I feel like this battle could be very similar. The only difference is with Danny, he's actually, I think, even more likely to give max effort at a random moment like this. So it plays out one of two ways to me. Either Danny's at 70-80%, it's another battle that just comes and goes, and Danny kind of just either edges every round or just ends up getting two. Or Danny tries and just fucks Authentic up, right? Like 30. Like it's one of those matchups that Danny sometimes, like he did for Souffleur and Sheed last year, just pop out with 3 amazing rounds and kind of overpower the guy. So give Authentic a shot, whatever. Let's just see if he's able to prove me wrong. But the footage hasn't really equaled up yet, and I feel like this is even one that could go a little bit more bizarrely if Danny doesn't give full effort. Just not the biggest fan of it on paper. But then you got the best battle in the card, in my opinion, and that is Souffleur Soul versus Kid Slade. And like I said earlier about franchise versus Hansel, you want guys that need W's versus each other. And to a different extent, not the same way that franchise and Hansel's story, but Slade and Souffleur need W's. I think Slade's done post, metaphorical ACL tear versus Rock, right? With the paperwork and everything, how it went down. He stayed around and versus top comp at that, but it hasn't hit the exact same when he was on that star run, right? He was great. I thought he was great as a stretch, but I thought he was really good versus Suge. Had him losing the battle, but I thought he was solid. He did beat Cortez versus Nitty. I had him losing versus Nitty, but even on the playback, I thought it was ugly live. Optics of the building might have been, but his material was good in that battle. So he's done good things, but he doesn't have those clear wins he got, like in the beginning when he was facing Real Name Brandon, Big T, Stumbles, etc. So now that you go back down from the top names to here, I think if you're still on that, if you potentially be on that Starlight trajectory, you need to go get a clear win here. But on the flip side, Souffleur Soul is maybe the most respected from his initial top 6 class. You remember when he came out and beat Chess not that long ago. His Rum Nitty battle is another one he did. He had maybe even a better showing versus Nitty than Slade had versus Nitty on a competitive perspective. The Danny battle got him sat down. It's probably the difference between the two of them is Soul's already taken that damaging loss where you sit down and now you got to kind of come back and figure it out again. He's done good. In this 2 battle sense, I believe it's Wusa, who we pretty much smoked on rookies versus sophomores. And then there's Pyrex Jones on iBattle. Many of you guys probably haven't seen it. Has a very good showing in that battle. So kind of battling at that lower level a little bit too. And now it's kind of a step up for him. While Slade is maybe going down as Souffleur is actually battling up to get to Kid Slade, in my opinion. But both need a win either way. Both at different points have kind of been given, can this be a star for URL going forward? Top of the class type of hype. And for that, you would expect the max effort from both of them. I think matchup-wise, they both talk that drug shit. Obviously, Slade more so than Souffleur. Pretty good. They can have a convo there. Both have good energy, grit in their delivery. I'd say Souffleur Soul is a little more sound bar for bar, haymaker-wise. But these are all good elements that could lead to a good battle. For me, it's going to be very debatable. It's easily going to be the battle of the night from this card. And if I had to guess personally, I just think Slade is a little bit sharper and experienced at this point. Face some more top guys, right? And if his personal preference to his style, while I love what Souffleur does, the build up, the bombs, Slade gets to it a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about punches with him. He can real talk you, a little bit of life talk you, a little bit smoother when it just comes to the way that he raps. And for that reason, I think he's a little bit more of a seasoned all-around talent right now and will edge the battle 2-1. But Souffleur versus Kid Slade to me is the standout here. The battle, definitely going to review it when it drops. And then that leaves you with the main event, which is Arsenal versus Coffee. I don't have too much to say on this because it's a good look for Coffee. Gets the legend name Arsenal on the plate. Main event of the card as well. Following her getting second place on Wody. So all good things for her. But I just don't know how much effort Arsenal is going to give. Even if he does not choke, and he comes with 3 rounds. I could see it being in vain of, even though people liked his Holmesy performance, I saw like his Holmesy or his franchise performance where he's rhyming, he's always rapping good, but what is he saying? I don't know if content wise he has a lot to bring to Coffee, effort wise he has too much, and I think Coffee on the other hand is going to really try to rap with him and give a great performance. Do I think it'll be great? We'll see, but I think at the least it'll be good. Both of them can kind of be a flight risk for being fully clean, so I can't really base it off that. I got to base it off who's going to care more, and I think for sure Coffee is going to care more. So I have Coffee 2-1, if not 3-0. I think there's a good chance you get mail-in in arse, and that's kind of just my full predictions here for the card. So like I said in the beginning, quick, overall, Souffleur Soul and Kid Slade, I like a lot. Out of these 5 battles, definitely the standout piece. We'll review it when it comes out. Arsenal and Coffee, cool. Jackboy and Klutz, cool. And then Danny and Authentic and Franchise and Hansel. I don't think Danny versus Authentic is cool, you know what I'm saying? But they kind of all fit in the same top 6 guys getting shots. Not the craziest thing. It's more about looking at what the up-and-comers do with these situations. But, real quick, if you guys got any opinions on the card, any of the matches, particularly Slade versus Souffleur Soul, leave it in the comments down below. I'd assume if they announced it and then the battles are going down like 3 days later, that hopefully we'll get the drops pretty quick, so hopefully I'll be able to spin the block, have some opinions on these battles. Some of them probably not getting a review, not the craziest, but got to cover everything that drops, right? But it's been Jay Smo Reviews again, y'all. As I said, like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know what you think of Civil War 5. I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.